What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So, a couple of weeks ago, I made this video right here telling you how to solo farm to make 60,000 gold, and you would also be able to do this on alts and level them from level 70 to 80 in 4 hours or less. Now, this was taken from a fellow creator, Brug, who made a video saying that this was 100,000 gold. I mean, obviously, if you make 100,000 gold an hour solo, I had to go out and give it a test. It wasn't 100,000 gold, it was more like 60,000 gold, but the farm keeps on getting better and better. So naturally, I'm getting a lot of questions about it, which hopefully I will explain in this video that you're watching right now. Now, before we take a deep dive into this farming method, big thank you for all the support on the 0 to 10 million gold guide. It's been absolutely amazing. So if you too struggle to make gold, definitely check out the 0 to 10 million gold guide. It's nearly 200 pages with the absolute best ways that I personally use in order to achieve hundreds of millions of gold. Not only that, but you only have to get it once and then you will receive a lifetime of free updates sent directly to your email. So by using the discount code STUDENT, you'll get it for 50% off, and you can find the gold guide linked down below in the description. So this farm, very, very simple stuff. You do need professions with a specific, placing your knowledge points in a specific way, but we're going to talk all about that in the video. But pretty much the only thing you have to do is you have to queue up the dungeon that's called Dark Flame Cleft, or Cleft even, as a follower dungeon, and you just run this on repeat, killing the mobs in the first room. So you're going to be killing these mobs, loot them. You have tailoring to get cloth, and inscription to get Dark Moon decks, and you just do that on repeat. And as you can see, based on my loot appraiser on the right side of the screen, I'm averaging over 100,000 gold an hour doing this, because at the time when I was making a video on it, the prices weren't that good, but cloth prices, they just seem to keep on going slow and steadily up and up and up. So right now, this farm is making a fortune. It's really, really good. Like this, call it far into an expansion, and you can still make over 100,000 gold an hour solo. Steady gold, we're talking materials right here, is pretty damn good. So how are we able to do this? Well, first of all, the technical aspect and how to run the dungeon. So basically what you have to do is you have to go and you have to toggle on the Dark Flame Cleft in your follower dungeon tab. And then we're going to be using this macro right here, which will be posted in the description of this video. You click the macro, and what it does is it's pretty much just queues you up for the dungeon. Once you've done the dungeon and you've completed the dungeon, like you want to clear out the mobs in the first room. Some people do the second room as well, but we're going to talk about that in the video. But you clear out this first room, then you click the macro again, and this part is very, very important. You click the macro, and then you jump. The reason why you want to do that is because you get this message. You cannot do that while jumping or falling, and you can just, you pretty much save a loading screen. You don't have to get to a loading screen to get out of the dungeon, and then another loading screen to get back into the dungeon. So if you don't jump, it's going to look like this. You leave, and then you need to wait for the loading screen because you're getting ported back to your original position. And then once you're out, you're going to be queued up. Then you have to re-enter the dungeon, another loading screen. So click the macro, and then you jump. Now, the reason why you're able to make this much gold, which is really strange, but you're not affected by the dungeon lockout, which most of you guys are probably aware that you can only run an instance 10 times an hour, and then you get locked out from that dungeon. When you queue up a follower dungeon, you can do more than 10 runs. Like, I'm doing a run in like less than a minute, and I'm 27 minutes in. I've done a ton of runs, but I'm not affected by it. That being said, though, like 30 minutes into this farm-ish, and I get locked out. I cannot do the dungeon anymore. Now, there's a lot of speculations going around in the community on exactly how it works, where most people claim that there is like a daily limit to it, which cannot be the case, because I've done like 35 minutes of it, waited for a while in the same day, and then I've done like 35 minutes of it again. But I've never been able to do a full hour of only the first room, rinse and repeat, without hitting like some kind of weird limit or lockout. So if anyone has figured out how to do this specifically, please let me know down below in the comments section. But in materials alone, in just cloth, roughly 100,000 gold an hour. Then you can also get Dark Moon decks, which you can either sell the decks or disenchant the decks and sell the mats. But in order to do this, you need to have the correct professions for tailoring. Now, tailoring is the one that matters the most, honestly. But with the tailoring, you need to have textile treasures, 30 points into that to pretty much just increase the amount of cloth you get. Quality fabric, maxing that out increases the rank of the cloth you're getting. And then from dawn to dusk, you just need to unlock both dawn weave tailoring and dusk weave tailoring in order to be able to pick up dusk weave and dawn weave. For inscription, you just want to put 15 points into each sigil to increase your drop chance of Dark Moon decks by 50%. And that's pretty much it. So super, super easy to do. Everyone can do this. Even if you have a level 70 and you want to combine it with gold making, just go around and get enough knowledge points. There's a ton of videos out there on how to get easy knowledge points. And you can easily do this from 70 to level 80. But that brings us back to the dungeon lockout again. Like, if you're getting locked out after 30, 40 minutes and you have to wait a while, it's not going to be efficient to just constantly do that all the way from 70 to 80. And that brings me to the second room. So there's a lot of people that does this first room and then also the second room until the first boss. Like, they don't pull the boss, but they kill the mobs right here just to avoid the lockout. So keep that in mind. Me personally, I'm more about efficiency, so I would much rather do this the most efficient way possible for half an hour and then go and spend my time doing something else and then come back and do it the most efficient way again, rather than trying to squeeze out the time just so I can do more runs or for a longer period of time. But yes, everyone that has given feedback on this run being better than 60,000 gold, I completely agree. Like, we had people running it alongside with me, and everyone was getting like roughly the exact same amount of gold per hour, plus minus 5%. So very, very steady farm. You should definitely consider doing this. If you don't have a tune with tailoring plus inscription yet, inscription is not really a biggie. It's not going to increase your gold per hour by that much, but tailoring, definitely consider picking up a tune with tailoring. And Druid is not the best class doing this. Like Red Paladins, Fury Wars, there's a ton of classes that just kills this room way faster than I'm able to do it on my Guardian Druid. But with that being said, that's pretty much it for today's video. So I appreciate you all watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to see more videos like this. And if you want to see all my videos already now, you can consider signing up to the VIP Discord, which is pretty much like a Patreon, but instead everything happens on the Discord server. So it's just simpler and easier, where all my YouTube videos are posted before they go public on YouTube. You also get access to exclusive content in terms of gold tips, there's investments, spreadsheets, and a lot more. But you'll find that linked in the description together with the 0 to 10 million gold guide. With that being said though, I'll see you all back in at tomorrow's video. Until then, have a good one. Bye bye.